What is up, ladies and gentlemen? And I assume mostly Birds fans, because this is about the Philadelphia Eagles. I hope you're all having a good Tuesday. I thought that it's been a while since I've recorded like a reaction to the Eagles. But, you think over like winter break, I'd be able to actually be productive. But instead, like, just having a schedule with school, actually helps. Y'all like my new Jordan Davis jersey? My grandma got it for me. I think it's pretty fire. But yeah, so today we're discussing the Eagles. Oh shit! Reacting to the playoff game. How do I think the playoffs are initially going to go? A little bit of my thoughts on that. I'll have like a more comprehensive video about that on Friday, Friday or Thursday. I'm assuming Friday. And yeah, so let's start it off. Eagles Commanders. That game pissed me off, but also I didn't really care about that game either. And like I feel like that's the feeling a lot of people had. I was actually for the Eagles resting their starters before the game, but obviously in hindsight, I wish we didn't because we could have had the 2 seed, and just having that guaranteed second round playoff game is just so big. It helps us out so much, like last year, where because the Lions then lost in the divisional round, we got the NFC Championship game at home. But unless both the Seahawks and the Bears lose, then odds are we don't get it. But I do think that rest that our guys have gotten from this is important, and I think that's going to be a big help for the team, regardless of the seeding. Because the big deal is we have the first game at home against the Niners, who I think are a team we can beat. I'll touch on that more later, though. So looking at the game, Josh Johnson looked good against our backup defense, which is to be expected because it's our backups, but I at least thought they'd look like more competent than that. Josh Johnson, 14 for 22, 131 yards, a touchdown, and an interception, and he did not get sacked once, despite Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean and Jalex Hunt. No, not Nakobe Dean, Nolan Smith and Jalex Hunt playing multiple snaps. So I thought he would have gone down at least once. And for the Eagles, big disappointment from this game, Tanner McKee, despite his stat line, 21 for 40, 241 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 3 interceptions. He did not play well. I think me and a lot of other Eagles fans had bigger expectations for the guy. I mean, maybe the expectations were a tad bit too high because we only saw him play last year against the Cowboys at the end there and against the Giants in Week 18. But maybe our expectations were just, and the preseason and stuff. But I think expectations were too high, and that really brought us down to earth. I still think he's a good quarterback, but he did not play well. Sure, he was only playing with the second team, but that was not a fun game for Tanner McKee. He looked lost. He was missing throws. He had multiple opportunities where he could turn it up the field and run, but instead he decided to stay put, stay in the pocket, and a lot of the time he missed the throw. There was also that one pick inside of the red zone. Just threw it short, straight to the defender. That was not a good play by him. But I do still think he is a future. Not really with the Eagles. I think he will be a trade candidate, maybe with a team like the Dolphins or the Jets. Maybe get like a 4th or a 5th round pick for him. Just get some assets. Because, all things considered, he is a 6th round quarterback. So getting a 4th or 5th for him is still great value. He won us a game last year when he came in. So, but yeah, Eagles fans, we're gonna ignore my tweet from a few weeks ago against the Chargers, saying that maybe I wanted to see him. It's everybody else. It's not me. But, yeah. So, he's obviously not the future. Jalen Hurts is better, and I think a big thing that I've seen from this game is Jalen Hurts is covering up issues with this offense and with this game. Because despite them being two very different quarterbacks and play style, I think again this week you saw the deficiencies in Kellen Hurts and Nick Sirianni's offense. Kevin Petullo, not Kevin Hurts, I think I said. Kevin Petullo and Nick Sirianni's offense. It just isn't right. They play scared. They don't push for things. It just doesn't feel good. It just feels like they don't want to be out there, really. It feels like they're just doing what it takes, hoping on the defense to win them the game. Because this is a game where your defense did let up 24 points, and yeah, it is your backup offense and backup defense, but I'd like to see a little more out of the play calling where you're aggressive to some degree. You show fight. You want a team to play well, and I just don't think the coaching is allowing this team to play well. And I think that was obvious this game. I think that was obvious. The team just had the same issues that it has had with the starters, and I think that's just a reflection of coaching. Alrighty. Tank Bigsby. I'm looking at I have the stats up here on my monitor. Tank Bigsby, 16 carries, 75 yards. I think he's good. I don't get why. I get Saquon, but just give him the thing, man. Just give him the ball a few more times, change of pace. He just looks like he knows what he's doing. And yeah. Devontae Smith playing, that felt weird to me. Cuz last year, I get he went in there to get 1,000 yards. But last year, week 18, Saquon Barkley was going for the NFL rushing record, which I'm going to argue is a little bit bigger than Devontae Smith reaching 1,000 yards. I mean, I get it's important, but you all know. But 1,000 yards, and we're like, yeah, we'll get him there, but we're not going to get Saquon there? Because I saw a Devontae Smith interview, and he was like, oh, Nick cares about the record more than the guys on the team, really. Which yeah, I understand, but that's just such a weird decision to make, cuz Devontae Smith needs rest too. The reason you gave all these starters a rest week is because it's been a minute since their bye. You want to get them rejuvenated again. But Devontae Smith didn't have that this week, so he's a step down from the other starters. And let's say he did really push to have that 1,000 yards, then good for him. That's good for him, but I think that's just a weird decision, especially when you have a history of not making that decision with a dude like Saquon, who's going for the rushing record, and he showed that he wanted it last year in interviews, but he didn't get it. But enough about last year. The biggest issue, the secondary. Holy shit. That was, I think, the worst secondary I've seen in my life, bro. Kelee Ringo, Michael Carter was fine. Mac McWilliams was fine, but he got the concussion, I think. So it was mainly Kelee Ringo and Jacorian Bennett. Holy shit, I see why Adoree Jackson's been starting all season. Credit to Adoree Jackson, he's looked much better as of late. But, oh my goodness, they can't play football. They're actively awful at this. Just pass interference, holding. Terry McLaurin was just bullying both of them because anytime the ball was thrown, they had no choice but to commit pass interference against him. So, every single time something fucking happened, it's just grabbing him, ripping him down so that he can't catch the ball, but then you just lose all the yards regardless because they can't cover. And my thing is, I feel like I love Howie Roseman because obviously, he's a great GM, but he took some swings and misses this offseason. The trade for Michael Carter, he was fine in the game, but he hasn't played all season. Why'd we give up who did we even give up for him? It was the receiver that we got. We got a receiver from the Texans who never played, and we gave him up for Michael Carter, who still never plays. So, it's just been a lot of moves. Fucking Jacorian Bennett, we also traded for. He was awful in that game. and he just hasn't played all year. And I get the point. Like, you want to make moves, you want to get it going, but man, just some swings and misses from Howie this offseason. Like, I get, like, there's also cap constraints and stuff, because now all the guys have contracts. But, like, whew, yeah, it was a rough offseason in terms of trades. Because who else did we really bring in? I'm looking at who played on defense. We brought in A.J. Dillon. He's awful. We brought in Tank Bigsby, though, who has been, I like him. He's been a good addition because Will Shipley and A.J. Dillon are both, like, unplayable at this point. Will Shipley, like, just exists. I had hope for him coming into the season, but he has shown that he's just not fit for it, and I am glad we brought in Tank Bigsby for that reason. So that was a good trade. But besides that, most of these guys, all the guys that produced, already have been here or, like, just, are alright. Britton Covey. I just saw Britton Covey on the receiving thing. I forgot he played receiver even because he just plays the punt returner role. But, like, when I saw him in the game, me and my friends were like, who the like, we forgot that he was on the team even because that's just all he does. But he's a great punt returner. Glad we actually got him back. That was a good move from Howie. I'm going to pull up the Commanders stats. Rushing, they had a good day rushing. Chris Rodriguez, 65 yards, 45 yards, 29 yards. So they kind of ran all over us. I was shocked by how bad the defense looked, actually, especially in terms of what I expected out of them. And does this show penalties? Yes, it does. 9 penalties for 123 yards. They went across the football field once and 20% of the way back, 23% of the way back, just off of penalties. While the Commanders had 4 penalties for 19 yards. This has been a trend. This is an issue with coaching. It's an issue with coaching, and it's been happening all season, where the Eagles have been giving up way too many yards to penalties. It's been hurting them, and it's not good because it's such an easy thing. It's the main thing that you can fix playing football because, like, blocking, like, that's a skill, but passing a skill, rushing a skill. But you can help a guy not commit pass interference. You can help a guy not get delay of games. Like, all the holdings, all these penalties are things that can be helped by coaching, and they are mostly determined by coaching. But yeah, it just didn't go well. 4th down efficiency, 0 for 3 for the Eagles. That's just rough. I put that a lot on the players even. That's a lot on Tanner McKee, just not playing well. But yeah. Looking at it here, they beat us in the time of possession battle by basically 10 minutes. Like, yeah, it didn't go well despite us only running 1 less play. So we had almost the same amount of plays, except we possessed the ball for 10 less minutes, which again is another example of, like, the trends from the offense outside of these weeks and the offense at this game, where they just aren't running well, even with Tank Bigsby playing well, because a lot of the play design, still a lot of 3 and outs where you get these plays, but then you just give it right back to them. Like, it just doesn't go well. Yeah. Jake Elliott, 1 for 1. In my initial video, which was after that Chargers game, I basically said we should kill Jake Elliott, which, slight overreaction, but at the time I don't really know if it was. But he's gotten slightly better, but I still don't really trust him. I would love for him to prove me wrong come playoff time, but he has not looked good. I'm just concerned about him, man. He lit it up in the Super Bowl last year, but hey, if he plays well, good for him. I'll take that. But I'm nervous about kicking. It's a big thing, and I'm not sure it's gonna go well for the Eagles this offseason. I want to talk about Kelee Ringo a bit more here. I'm not sure why I skipped talking about him. I got distracted by looking at the stats, but the play where Josh Johnson scrambled for a touchdown. I'm gonna pull it up on my other monitor and just, I'll put it on the video here. Wait, I'm just gonna, so when I'm editing, I know to look at it and come back here. Let's look at this video together. So he rolls out. Kelee Ringo runs away from Josh Johnson, allowing him to just waltz in to the end zone for an open touchdown. That just show that's usually a sign of bad coaching. But because of how bad Kelee Ringo has been this season, I don't even put that on coaching. I put that on him not being an NFL player. Like, he's just not good enough. He doesn't play well. And I think that's the reason he isn't starting. Like, stuff like that, little ticky-tacky things where he just isn't good. He's not a football player in the fact that I'm assuming he's not very coachable because we know Vic's a good coach. And he's making boneheaded plays in year 3 or 4? Like, he was in the same draft as Nakobe Dean, I believe. Yeah, let me just check real quick. 2023 draft. So yeah, he was in the same draft as Nakobe Dean. Eagles 2023 draft class. Gonna pull that up real quick. First round pick, Jalen Carter. Okay. Nakobe Dean was drafted the year before. Sorry. So our first overall pick, Jalen Carter. He has looked great, but we knew he would look great, especially since coming back. He looked rough for a few weeks there, but once he got his shoulders fixed, he got that procedure done, came back. He has looked like his old self again. Nolan Smith. He had a slow start. His first year was not very good, but since then, last year he's looked good, and this year he's coming off the injury, so he hasn't looked as good at times, but I still think he has been good. Then we had Tyler Steen, who, despite what people say, Tyler Steen has been one of our better linemen, which isn't a great sign, but he has been decent. He has been acceptable, but yeah, so I'll take him. He's fine. Sidney Brown's we all know what Sidney Brown is. He's aggressive, but him and Kelee Ringo, back-to-back picks. Yeah, so they both kind of suffer from the same thing, actually, where they kind of just lack coachability, as it appears. Obviously, I can't confirm. But, like, they just make the same mistakes over and over again, where other players from this draft class, specifically the only one I didn't mention, 7th round pick, Moro Ojomo, and then also Tanner McKee. All of them have shown signs of great development. Moro Ojomo has gone from 7th round pick out of, I believe he grew up in Nigeria. I'll correct it if I'm wrong, but I know he's from he's born in Lagos, Nigeria, and moved to California at the age of 7. So he's shown a lot more development than Kelee Ringo, who went to Georgia and played with one of the. Moro Ojomo went to Texas, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop. But all these other guys, besides maybe Sidney Brown, has shown a lot of development in their skills. They've looked a lot better, but Kelee Ringo has just stayed the same. He hasn't really improved, and I think this is a big sign that, like, he's just not an NFL player. He's not what we hoped he would be when he came to the Eagles. He struggles with coverage. He struggles with making tackles. He struggles with, like, knowing which guy to go after, going after the receiver instead of the quarterback, leaving him wide open to run into the end zone. So Kelee Ringo has been disappointing. He's not the player we thought he was. And I think this offseason, you either try to I guess you try to keep him around, or if there's a team offering anything, like 5th or 6th round pick, just see what you can get for him. If like early 6th round, mid 6th round, or a 5th rounder, I think you just have to make that move because I don't think he has the ability to develop into a cornerback. He also, on Instagram, posted, I think, what pissed me off the most, where he posted a black screen where he said, love y'all too. Dog, you played like shit. Of course you're going to be, like, criticized. Oh, I searched up Kelee Instagram. Kelee Ringo Instagram. Yeah, he posted love y'all too, laughing emoji, heart. Dog, you're not good enough to say that shit. Like, you did not play well. This is your fault. And just chill out, man. But despite all this, I still have a lot of confidence in our starters. And despite losing, we are still the 3 seed. Should have been the 2 seed. But whatever, that's in the past. And this week, we play the 49ers. I am confident for this game. Sure, they have a better record than us, but the majority of what I needed to know was against that Seahawks game. Was that Seahawks-Niners game. I believe we have a very similar, though better, defense than the Seahawks, and that held that team down to 3 points. The Niners did not play well, and despite Christian McCaffrey being really good, and us having issues against like the Bears a few weeks ago, I think the Bears are better than the Niners, especially offensively. And and we should be able to stop the Niners. Jalen Carter healthy again. Wasn't healthy when we got gashed by the Bears. Jordan Davis playing great. We should have Nakobe Dean back. I'm not sure. If not, Jahad Campbell still playing great. And their defense is awful. Their defense is not good. It's all banged up. No Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. A lot of those guys are missing. And I think we should be able to win pretty handedly. If not, it's not looking good. Especially if we lose. But, yeah. Honestly, the majority of the teams in the NFC I feel good about. The Seahawks, I don't think their offense is good enough. Held to 13 points against the Niners. And I don't believe in Sam Darnold. He has to win a playoff game or two this year. They're the 1 seed. If he wins, he can prove me wrong, but I don't think he is a good... I think he's a good regular... Kind of like Dak Prescott, where he's a good regular season quarterback. He can play well, get your team, but I don't think he has like the it factor that you need. He can 100% prove me wrong. I could definitely be wrong about him. He has shown so much improvement the last 2 years, but also, I don't believe in him. He just doesn't give me that confidence. The Bears are probably the team I am the most scared about, mostly because of our game earlier this season and our lack of really development since then. But also, I think our defense is good enough that, given a second chance, we can do more against the Bears' offense. And our offense should be able to do more against that defense. The Panthers, nobody's scared of the fucking Panthers. Like, sorry Panthers fans. Like, crazy season. You guys got in. But no! No one's scared. The Niners already went through that. But the Rams are a good team. But once again, team we beat earlier this year, they have flaws. We have a good defense that can try to stop their offense. They've shown they haven't been able to win in Philadelphia in the past. They are the 5th seed, so if we did play them, we would play in Philly when it would be cold. And we all saw how that went last year, and I think there'd be a similar result. The Packers, if they had Micah, I'd be more scared. They don't have Micah, and we beat them last time. That's really my thoughts on the Packers. And yeah, so that's my opinion on the majority of these teams, these playoffs. One last thing. So, Kevin Stefanski got fired. And honestly, as much as I would love for him to come in as the offensive coordinator. I don't think it will happen. I think I've seen a few Eagles. I've seen a few Eagles fans, not really as recently, but across the season, maybe just bring up like, oh well, maybe if he gets fired, comes in as the offensive coordinator. I still think he should. I think it'd be a great move, but I think he's gonna end up as a head coach. But yeah. Alrighty. Well, I hope you all have a good day and go Birds. Fuck, I didn't end it.